It is so nice to have all of you back here now that it's May and it is a full mixed band instead of just by instrument. This is the yellow band of 6th grade, so you'll notice in contrast with what maybe you remember seeing back in January, we've got all kinds of different instruments up here. Every single thing that we teach, there's a handful or about half of, I would say, those instruments in each group. So, we have flutes and clarinets and saxophones. Woodwinds, will you raise your hand? My flutes, my clarinets, my saxophones. Very good. And then percussion, can you wave from the back? And then we've got our low brass and our high brass. So that's trumpets and French horns are our high brass. So it's pretty cool now because you get to hear everything, all the things from the top to the bottom, the lowest to the highest, and everything in between for these guys to play. We are going to play the same concert as the green band, so yellow band and green band our classes are split with Mr. Shepard's classes. He has 2 different blocks of trumpets, so I think we have most of just one block of trumpets in here, but for the woodwinds and the French horns, they're split down the middle, so they've been working on the same music as their classmates, and then we just kind of divided them up so that way we could have an even band. The percussionists, same thing. So the hardest thing that we encounter doing green and yellow band is for percussion, they have to kind of use their drum pads to practice their parts sometimes when we're practicing at the same time. But they have been absolutely amazing. They've been a wonderful group to work with. Mr. Shepard and I are both really, really proud of this group's progress. We have 3 selections for you tonight. The first one, we kind of took an informal poll amongst the yellow band people, and they decided that they wanted to start out with a piece called Bass 6. So this is kind of a silly joke. Bass 6 uses only 6 notes. So it's Bass 6, kind of like a bass, like you would kind of go to do something at a base, like in an army or something like that. It kind of sounds like that to me, militaristic, but also it sounds like the word basics. So they've been learning the basic 6 notes in basics. So it's kind of a silly double entendre, but we like it. Bass 6 has one really hard thing for them to do, and it's a fermata. That's what we were just practicing right here at the start. There's a fermata where they have to hold and they have to really watch and they have to look up and see what's going on, and then they have to continue on all together. So that's been a little bit tricky, but they really got the hang of it, and the percussion have been super important with that. Rian, you're in green band, my friend. Rian, you're gonna go into the band room and unpack there. This is yellow. So you're a little early, but it's good to be early. Thank you, sir. All right, so we are gonna play Bass 6 for you. The next piece that they are going to play for you is the hardest piece that they have. And it's not necessarily, for some of them, the most difficult because of technical demand of their instrument. It's called Awesome Sauce. Awesome Sauce has a really, really interesting thing in it. What is it called, guys? Do you remember? The coda. So we had to learn as 6th graders how to follow the DSL coda. So we play all the way towards almost the end. And then we go back to what measure? Because that's where the sign, the like funky S. And then where are we going to play until? Yeah, what does it say right there? To coda. And then where do we go? Yeah, very good, at the coda. So this is kind of a technique that publishers and composers use. It saves them space, it saves them paper, it saves them ink, especially when they're repeating something from the music. So it's kind of like, hey, go back here, follow this path again, but then actually you're gonna play this little part at the end and it's different. So we learned a lot about following the DSL coda. This piece in particular gives the flutes and clarinets and the trumpets a real workout, but they've been handling it extremely well. You may have heard this played at your house a number of times recently. They are doing a fantastic job with it, and we present Awesome Sauce. So their last piece that they're going to share with you is a piece called Mechanical Monsters. Mechanical Monsters is fantastic. It's a lot of fun. We have some really neat sound effects. You'll see some of them pick up pencils to tap on their stands because we want to kind of sound like mechanical monsters and robots through this. In this piece, they had to follow like first time and second time with a repeat and all kinds of other special instructions when they're going through this Randall Standridge piece of music. So this is a really, really fun piece for them. They really enjoy it. I played this piece, or I learned of this piece for the first time last summer. Mr. Shepard and I both teach at a summer band camp that's local to Loudoun County. We've both been emailing you guys about it. If you think that your student would enjoy like a morning of band for like 2 weeks, we highly recommend it. So if you're like, oh, this might be fun, it is a great time. They really enjoy it. If you have any questions, feel free to email both of us, either of us, anything you want. We have a good time there. So, percussion, you ready to go? Yes. Right now you can easily see percussion. Percussion, stand up nice and tall. So if you're a percussion parent, here they are. They're going to find a window really quick where you can see them. And third row, go ahead and stand up. Or no, third row. Oh my gosh. There's 4 rows. 4 row. Fourth row. Go ahead and stand up. My fourth row friends, so if you are the parent of one of these lovely children, go and grab their picture. All right. And now it's third row's turn.